All right, today we are breaking down an incredibly powerful way of thinking, a blueprint really for building a life that actually matters. It's all about shifting from being a passenger to being the architect of your own future. So let's dive right in.
And we're starting with a big one. Seriously, take a second and think about this. Are you consciously, actively designing the life you want? Or are you kind of just drifting along, accepting the path that society or your family or maybe even your own fears have already paved for you? It's a crucial distinction.
And that question really forces you to face a choice, a fundamental choice that every single one of us has to make, whether we realize it or not. It's the choice between living by default and living by design.
Okay, so here are the two paths, side by side. A life by default. That's the easy route, right? It's built on what other people expect of you. It's all about chasing realistic goals. And you know where that usually leads? Regret. But then there's a life by design. This one is built on your vision. It embraces the things that seem totally unrealistic to everyone else, and that's exactly why it leads to a life of real, genuine impact.
And this quote just nails the mindset you need. Building something extraordinary isn't about playing it safe or just fitting in. It's about having the guts to chase a vision that might be completely invisible or even sound crazy to the people around you.
Which brings us perfectly to the first pillar of the builder's blueprint. You absolutely have to and own a personal, ambitious, and unrealistic vision for yourself. This is the foundation for everything else.
So what do we even mean by a true vision? Look, it's not just another goal to check off a list. It's like a gravitational force. It's supposed to feel just a little bit out of reach, something that stretches you. Its real job is to pull you forward through the tough times, to be the reason you get back up when every part of you wants to stay down. And we need to be crystal clear about the difference here. A to-do list? That's about maintaining the now. It's safe. It's comfortable. But a vision? A vision is about creating a brand new reality. It's supposed to be scary. It demands that you take ownership. A to-do list keeps you busy. A vision makes you a builder.
So here's a key takeaway for you. If your vision isn't making some people, maybe even yourself, a little bit nervous, it's probably not big enough. That doubt, that fear you might see in other people's eyes, that's not a stop sign. It's a signal that you're actually onto something huge.
But of course, a vision without action is just a daydream. And this brings us to the second pillar. We have to completely change how we think about risk. It's not something you run away from. It is the very price of admission for doing anything that matters.
You know, from the time we're kids, we're taught that failure is the big bad wolf. We're told to avoid it at all costs. But here's the reframe. Failure is not the real enemy here. Something else is.
And there it is. The real enemy is comfort. That's the ambition killer. Comfort is that little voice that whispers, "Hey, you're fine where you are. Don't rock the boat." It's a trap, and it's designed to keep you small and your vision locked away.
So if comfort is the trap, then what is failure? It's the tuition you pay for greatness. Simple as that. Every single setback, every rejection, it's not the end of the road. It's just data. It's the process teaching you, making you smarter, and forcing you to find a better way.
Okay, you have a vision. You've embraced risk, but what fuels the whole journey? Well, that brings us to the engine of this whole operation, the third pillar, a relentless work ethic. This is the non-negotiable price of turning a vision into reality.
And being relentless isn't just about working crazy hours. It's a whole mindset. It's about understanding that consistency will always crush short bursts of intensity. It's measuring your day by the results you get, not the hours you punch. You have to build discipline so you're not just waiting around for motivation to strike. And you have to learn to see every setback as fuel for the fire.
And let's be really clear here. This isn't about burning yourself out on a dozen different things. No, it's about having one unwavering priority and pouring all of your focused energy into that single point. It's about cutting out the noise and dedicating yourself to the one thing that will actually move the needle.
Look, at the end of the day, someone might be more talented than you. Someone might have more funding or better luck. But no one can ever outwork you unless you let them. Relentlessness is the great equalizer. It's your ultimate advantage.
So you've got the vision, the stomach for risk, and the relentless work ethic. But why? To what end? What's the ultimate point of it all? That's our fourth and final pillar, building a lasting legacy.
And this right here, this requires a massive shift in how you see the world.
It's about moving the goalposts away from short-term rewards, money, status, whatever, to something so much bigger. The real question is not, what am I getting out of this? It's, what am I creating that will last?
So what do we really mean by legacy? It's the impact you have that outlives you. It's the problem you solve, the idea you pioneer, the community you build. A legacy isn't created by playing it safe and fitting in. It's created by solving real problems and pushing humanity forward.
And this brings us to the question that defines this whole philosophy. It's a heavy one for sure, but it forces you to look past the day-to-day grind and ask yourself the ultimate question. What are you building that's going to matter long after you're gone?
Because ultimately, this entire blueprint boils down to this final, powerful call to action. It's a demand that you take ownership, that you accept the responsibility of your own potential. The time for waiting and wondering is over. If not you, who's going to do it? And if not now, when? The time to build is now.